going on, guys? It's Cynical, and today for you guys I've got some Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information. Now quickly before we get into today's video, I just want to say as a disclaimer, please guys, all of the information and everything you see in this video, please, for the love of God, take it with a grain of salt. All of the information that I'm going to be talking about today is not 100% confirmed, so essentially the situation is there's this guy that's over in Spain and he's claiming all of these different things about Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, if it were to be a case where this person has absolutely zero credibility, meaning it's just some random person who nobody knows about whatsoever, saying this, and this about KH3, it's straight off the bat, we would ignore that. But because of the fact that this information is actually coming from a person who has been right about quite a few things in the past in terms of reveals and things like that, and information towards video games before the actual official reveal itself, it means that he does actually have a little bit of credibility following behind him. So I thought it would be interesting today to kind of just jump into this sort of leaked information, but like I was saying before, guys, please take it with a grain of salt because all of this information could turn out to be 100% fake. However, without further ado, let's jump into it. So essentially what was going on was a ton of you guys ended up posting me this Reddit post right here on Twitter. Tons of you guys were like, yo, Cynical, there's some leaked Kingdom Hearts 3 information, a bunch of rumors and stuff, they're talking about the release date, check it out. So upon looking at this, I was kind of like going through the information and stuff, and I did a bit of research towards the actual guy who was claiming all of this information. It's actually not this dude on Reddit, this guy right here just simply reposted it in English, because essentially the guy that actually is claiming all of this stuff, he posted it on Twitter and it's all in Spanish, as you guys can see. Now this was only a couple of days ago, so this is recent information. As you guys can see, it says here 30th of January. Now in the past, I'm not really 100% sure on his credibility here, but in the past he has been correct about a couple of things, and he actually commented on the Reddit post himself right here. So we'll quickly just go over his post. He said, "Hi, I'm that guy. Just to clarify, the information is coming from a verified source." So this is what he's claiming, who told me about some inside info. I mean, you know, most people who like post out leaks and like rumors, that's the first thing they say. So don't be so sure on that. I've posted on my Twitter account some details or announcements in the past before they were announced. They were true, for example. Now, these are the examples that he actually posted on the Reddit post. So he was talking about The Last of Us 2 and then more Uncharted. It ended up being that, yes, that turned out to be correct, so there we go, that's kind of cool. He also mentioned here that there was going to be like an Animal Crossing and a Fire Emblem and a Metroid and stuff for Switch. This was like a few weeks before like a lot of the game reveals for Switch, and he was absolutely correct when talking towards Fire Emblem. Not 100% on Animal Crossing or Metroid, I don't really keep up to date with like Nintendo news and stuff, but you get the general idea. He has been correct about a few things. Even though to a certain extent these might seem like predictions, he is claiming that from time to time he has inside sources. He mentioned here that he's got even more stuff, but apparently he was way too busy to kind of like search through his history. He also went on to say, "I wouldn't say that this info is a leak, just some info from a verified source. Take with a grain of salt." So I actually do like how he's actually saying like, yo, if you don't believe me, that's fine, it makes sense, because he goes on to say, "It's fair to don't trust some Spanish guy, and I don't want any problems, blah blah blah." So he's basically saying, if you don't believe me, it's understandable, right? Because this is some pretty big claims. So let's go through the information itself. Now, originally I was going to read off these bullet points right here because they're in a pretty damn neat order, so thank you very much to the person who originally made this post. But I'm actually going to use this list down here because the translations seem to be more accurate. So let's go through the different points that he has brought up. First things first, development not going as smooth as expected, and the team is using assets that are subject to change. Now, we actually got a development update for Kingdom Hearts 3 quite a few weeks ago, and of course this update was from the mouth of Tetsuya Nomura himself, and he was saying that, you know, development's still kind of ongoing, it's just it has been a little bit slow. So in terms of this, I mean, this kind of stuff we already pretty much know of. The next point is interesting though. It says should be playable. Alright, should be playable before August. Now this is 2017, August 2017, despite that there are various missing objectives. So what he's saying here is, by August of this year, which I do find hard to believe, but apparently by August of this year, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be in a state where it is playable. Now, whether or not it's going to be 100% playable, not really too sure, but I'm sure there'll be like bits and pieces missing. Essentially, I would say it'll probably be like an alpha version of Kingdom Hearts, maybe beta, if they're lucky. But interestingly enough, like, before August, which makes me think, like, if this is actually correct, then there might actually be a chance of a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo appearing during the month of June for, of course, E3. But, of course, we'll just have to wait and find out. Next up, he said, it's possible that the release date for March of next year, so March 2018, won't be affected, but they will have to work hard for it. Now, March of 2018, see, to me personally, that seems like kind of a long stretch. I'm, as of right now, feeling more towards late 2018 rather than early 2018. However, though, I don't know, I could be wrong, and this might actually be the release month for KH3. If it is actually March of 2018, though, I'm not complaining, because that's sooner than I'm actually expecting the game itself. Honestly, if you were to ask me, I would probably say October, November, December of 2018 is probably the most likely month for Kingdom Hearts 3 to release, but hey dude, if it's going to be March, then I'm okay with that. Next up, the problem of Kingdom Hearts 3 resides in all the content that they need to create. Levels, animations, and models, and these things are slow to develop. Now, of course, the whole development cycle for Kingdom Hearts 3 is extremely different to that of the development cycle of any other Kingdom Hearts games that, of course, Square Enix have made in the past. Essentially, in the past, they could just simply reuse assets because, of course, Kingdom Hearts, for the most part, has always run on the exact same engine. So it was really easy and really kind of like smooth for them to transition from one game to another, sort of copying and pasting different assets from one game to another, which essentially in the long run speeds up the whole development process itself. Now, because of the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is running on completely different, like, you know, hardware and whatnot, it's running on a brand new engine, that being the Unreal Engine 4, it means that Square Enix are going to have to redo absolutely everything. Character models, textures, animations. So obviously KH3 is a longer development process than anything else they've actually done in the past. Next up, there appears to assets to work on, untouched levels, and other things like that. Now, similar to what we were talking about in the first point, Tetsuya Nomura with his KH3 update sort of development status that he posted a few weeks back, he also mentioned the fact that there's a lot of worlds that are currently finished, but then there's still a lot of worlds that currently like don't have any progress done to them whatsoever. So it's interesting, you know, lining these different things up. Once again, though, it might just be a case of this guy seeing that information and then kind of like twisting it a bit. Who knows? And lastly, obviously Nomura's perfectionism guarantees certain standards of quality, and some parts of Kingdom Hearts 3 are done and look well. And I suppose that's more of a statement rather than actual information, but apparently from what the guy is saying here, Kingdom Hearts 3 is looking spot on. So that right there is all of the information that this dude spoke of. Now, for the most part, it's just different things to do with like the whole development cycle of the game itself, but especially looking towards the fact that apparently this game is going to be playable before August, and the fact that he's saying a March 2018 release date. Those are the interesting points out of what he's actually talking about, especially looking towards the fact of a March 2018 release. Honestly, if that is the case, I'm going to be overwhelmed, like truly fucking overwhelmed. But I still think that's kind of a long shot, and especially looking towards the fact that apparently this is going to be playable before August, I just don't really know how to feel on this. But of course, time will tell. For sure though, it's going to be interesting to see if Kingdom Hearts 3 actually does have a presence at E3 this year. I'm pretty much 80% sure it will, honestly, due to the fact that it skipped out last year's E3 and now the focus is all on Kingdom Hearts 3. KH3 should most likely have an appearance at E3 this year, and I'm crossing my fingers for a brand new trailer with a juicy release date. It's certainly going to be interesting to see the different information that's going to pop up with Kingdom Hearts 3 this year, and to see if any of the actual official information lines up with stuff that he's actually going over in this post right here. But however guys, that's all the news and information for you guys today. It's always kind of exciting to get little tidbits of KH3 information. In this case, it's not official, but he might be onto something. Who knows? However guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.